Cabin Branch is a tributary of the Severn River, and it's surrounded at the headwaters by large and permeable surfaces of the Annapolis Mall, bank parking lot, bowling alley parking lot.
Historically, the streams in this part of the state were much flatter and broader and had slow-moving water. If we go way back, maybe into the 1600s, the landscape was forested and the complex of wetlands that stored water over a long period of time. That headwaters wetland now is the parking lot at Sam's Club.
The pollution that we get in the bay mostly comes out of the streams and rivers. So as the streams and rivers go, so goes the bay.
So we have lost much of the forested cover, which was turned into pasture. Then much of the pasture has now been paved over. And so we took this complex of wetlands and forests, which acted much like a sponge that captured the rainwater and slowly fed our streams.
The yellow perch spawning population, which was prolific on the Severn, has been totally destroyed and wiped out by the stormwater runoff.
So here in Anne Arundel County, the county has adopted the regenerative approach. We use native materials to restore the system back to its configuration and its function.
Projects that we're trying to do now really are accomplishing the opposite of what sort of traditional stormwater management has been.
All right, RSC is an innovative approach to stream restoration. It's the new kid on the block. There is some discomfort in the community because it's new.
A lot of the historical stormwater management has been to collect and convey water off the landscape as quickly as possible, shoot it down to the rivers or the bay, and dilute it at that point.
Which is why much of the streams are eroded.
What we're trying to do is hold that water on the landscape in appropriate places, allow it to be processed by the vegetation, by the groundwater.
We took a very deeply incised, highly eroded, flashy system and restored it back to a broader, flatter, slow-moving system. And to do that, we raised the bottom of the channel back up closer to the floodplain using native sand material and native cobble and sandstone, all quarried as locally as possible.
So that it's providing habitat and providing water quality benefits up in the stream valleys or in other parts of the watershed rather than delivering those nutrients down to tidewater.
And so with the native minerals, we're able to kickstart some of the biogeochemical processes. Those processes then lead to the higher biological functions, and the microbes feed the macroinvertebrates, who then feed the flora and fauna.
And that way we treat rain, stormwater as an asset as opposed to a pollutant. We have lower levels of nitrogen and phosphorus going into the river.
Within weeks of finishing planting our sites, we have dragonflies coming in. We've seen mating turtles at Cabin Branch within a month of finishing the project, and we had spring peepers.
Well, the county can only do so much, and as much help on these projects as they can get from these watershed organizations will help them get their job done.
These nonprofit partners, and I think at the end of the day, when private sector folks get involved, it's going to be critical to be able to get projects accomplished.
In the field of stream restoration, it would be great if we had some more funding and some studies to actually monitor these sites pre and post project.
The money from the trust fund has been catalytic in terms of getting projects in the ground over the past several years.
Bay Trust Fund needs to fund these kinds of projects to meet the requirements that the federal government has put on the state of Maryland to clean up the Chesapeake Bay.
So having come from the funding side, I see how imperative it is for everyone to work cohesively, to not forget what the end goal is, which is to restore these streams and wetlands that feed the bay.
The rivers and the streams really are the heart and soul of the community. There would be no Annapolis without the Severn River, and Anne Arundel County would not be the county it is without these waterways.
I do have a personal connection. I have 2 kids. I see myself as part of a team. It's like a triage team, trying to help the streams get back to a better, healthier state. Medic. I'm a nurse. I'm a stream medic.